Let's talk about 12 plus grains that really give you energy, keep you free from disease and really allows you to feel great.
Dr. Paul Haider, Master Herbalist. Get healthy now.
Hi, Dr. Paul Haider, Master Herbalist here. Well, let's talk about grains that I recommend that will keep you healthy. 12 plus grains that are really great. I'm going to get right into it here. The first one I recommend is buckwheat. This is a particular brand of buckwheat, Arrowhead, but I love the little buckwheats. Boil them up. We use them in breakfast, and I make cakes with them and all kinds of different things. Really great. I really can't say more about buckwheat. Really, it grows all over the world, anywhere that has a moderate climate. Also, a little cooler climates that likes a little cooler also. That's why they grow a lot in Canada and Russia, in Japan and Korea, the northeast part. Also, Africa, Nepal, Brazil, Tanzania. About 30 different countries grow buckwheat. And if it wasn't for buckwheat during World War II, the Russians would have starved. And it is a lifesaver. There's no doubt about that. Great taste, really a rich, flavorful flavor. Lots of protein. I mean, I'm telling you, 18% protein, which is really good. Also, great for vegans and vegetarians who need a lot of protein, which is good. Also, lowers cholesterol, which is really great, and it helps to get that LDL cholesterol down. Also, lots of powerful antioxidants. And we now know the more antioxidants that we consume, the less diseases we have. So it's really important to make sure we eat a lot of antioxidants. Also has a low glycemic index of 45, which is great. So keeps really good for those who are diabetic. Also lowers glucose by almost 20%. So that's great too. Lots of fiber, and helps with make the insulin more sensitive, make our body more sensitive to the insulin. Lots of magnesium. Everybody needs magnesium. So eat your eat your buckwheat. There's no doubt about that. Also good for the heart. Also, it contains a lot of probiotics, which are good for your gut and help to provide dopamine and serotonin for the brain. So everything is interrelated because it has a lot of prebiotics. Like I said, a lot of fiber. 1 cup, about 5 grams of fiber. So that's really great. Like I said, gluten-free, which is really important. I'm a gluten intolerance person, and I don't eat any wheat whatsoever. But I can go to Europe and eat all the wheat because not a problem over there. They hardly have any gluten intolerance at all. But buckwheat is something I can eat over here. Buckwheat is anti-inflammatory, good for the GI tract, and arthritis and joint pain, redness and swelling. So if you have any of that type of stuff going on, you need to eat buckwheat. Lots of B vitamins also, lots of iron, lots of resistant starches also, which are good for, again, prebiotics for feeding your good bacteria. And I can't say more about good bacteria. It's really, really, really important. Also, using it, you can make all kinds of things. You can bake things with it. You can also put it in soups and stews and stir fries, just about anything. If you Google plant-based buckwheat recipes, all kinds of things will come up. I get mine on Amazon or sometimes at the local health food store here. Sometimes on eBay also. And you can find it just about everywhere. It does contain a little oxalates, so if you're sensitive to that, I eat a ton of oxalates, so it also has to do with people being toxic. So get a hold of me. We get rid of your toxins in your body and get you on the road to feeling really good also. And the next one I like is, and these are not in any particular order, Kiwi, or quinoa as some people call it, and it's actually pronounced Kiwi. It grows in Peru and the areas around that area. Also Colombia, Chile, Ecuador, Bolivia, and in the high mountains, and it's really high in protein. It goes back to about 3000 BC. It's really an old grain. and really a wonderful thing. We get it organic in some of the big box stores, and also make sure it's organic, so it's non-GMO. Cooks really quickly, kind of like couscous, really great. I highly recommend it. Also, it has a relatively low glycemic index, good for weight loss, high in fiber, really great in fiber. Good in protein, 8 grams of protein per cup, so which is nice. And it's a nice fluffy grain, which is really my wife. Wife loves Kiwi, so she's also making all kinds of dishes with it. High in antioxidants, lots of good things like camphor and quercetin, which are really great. Omega-3 oils also, lowers cholesterol, and LDL cholesterol, helps with triglycerides also, anti-inflammatory, get rid of the inflammation in the body, so that's really important. It also helps with allergies, and people who have food allergies and that type of thing also. Most people don't have a problem with Kiwi. Also very alkalizing for the body, so if you're an acid person, you know, eating a lot of animal protein and that type of thing, you want to have some Kiwi for sure. Also great for diabetes, it lowers blood sugar levels. Also contains a lot of iron and copper for anemia, and phosphorus for strong bones, potassium for water regulation, manganese for enzyme production, on and on and on. It's great in general for the body. Like I said, it's gluten-free, tastes great, light and fluffy, very versatile, and you can use it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, just about anything. You can use it in casseroles, soups, and stews, and breakfast, and all kinds of things. Google Kiwi recipes, and you'll find a lot. The next one I really love is brown rice. And brown rice is one of my favorites, and I highly recommend it. We've been eating brown rice, organic brown rice forever, and it really is great, full of antioxidants, releases sugar slowly, low glycemic index, prevents diabetes, and people make it into baby food. It's high in minerals and vitamins and fiber, prevents yeast infections also. Also, brown rice has better quality fats and fatty acids in it. Also helps with weight loss in general. And it's a whole grain, which is really good, really great. You know, whole societies live on rice. There's no doubt about that around the world. It's one of the most consumed things there is. And make sure it is really an organic thing. It really needs to be organic. And this whole scare about, you know, arsenic and that type of thing in it, well, we've been using it forever. Everything has arsenic in it now. You're just not going to get away from it. We need to go back to simpler lives, stop, you know, polluting all our water and all our soils with arsenic, that's for sure. Also helps prevent chronic disease, brown rice does. Also lots of selenium, which is really important for boosting up our immune system. Also helps with cancer, arthritis, heart disease, and helps the reproductive system and nervous system too. And it's a low glycemic index and lowers blood pressure and has good fatty acids in it, and helps to prevent heart disease and strokes, and rich in B vitamins, phosphorus, zinc, iron, other trace minerals. And, well, we eat it all the time. There's no doubt about it. You know, rice and beans is big here in Puerto Rico. In fact, we had it last night. Also with a nice salad, what more can you ask? That's a full spectrum meal right there. Also there is, I'm looking for my package here. Also this is black rice, which is really amazing, really high in antioxidants. Also red rice in the same general category area. Black rice is totally black, lots of antioxidants. You have a lot of black color. Anything that's red or black has a lot of antioxidants in it. Also, and it's nice and soft as far as the grain goes. High in protein, not the same as wild rice. Totally different. That's not even a rice. That's actually a seed from a weed, actually. But black rice has lots of anthocyanins in it. It's actually against the law to use it in Thailand and then be caught with it because it was only for the kings and the queens. because it was so healing. Now, of course, everybody has it, and really good. Less expensive than berries. You know, berries has lots of anthocyanins in it also. And also slows the aging process. I think that's why the kings and queens used it. They wanted to stay young forever. If you want to stay young, get some good old red rice or black rice. They're really good for you. Help prevent disease in general. Slows the absorption of sugars. So help to prevent diabetes in that way. Also great for all types of fiber, because there's lots of fiber in black and red rice. And also prevents all kinds of things in the way of diseases because of all those antioxidants. So highly absorbable iron also, which is important if you have anemia of some kind. Also, it's anti-inflammatory. Inflammation is the first step toward disease. So, black rice and red rice are really up there as far as being anti-inflammatory. Also, it actually plays a role in the 3CG process of stopping inflammation in the body. So that's really great. Also a good source of vitamin E, helps with weight loss in general, prevents heart attacks, helps with cholesterol and lowers cholesterol in general. Also, it contains a lot of magnesium and phosphorus, and also selenium, and it fights off colds and flus and that type of thing. Great for healing the liver in general. Studies show that if you have metabolic syndrome or liver disease, black rice and red rice can be really great for healing those conditions. Also very healing for cancer because of all the antioxidants, so I highly recommend it for that. Also helps with cognitive decline because there's a study done with 16,000 people actually showing that they had less cognitive decline if they ate some red rice or black rice, so really great. You can find black rice and red rice just about anywhere. I usually find it at our health food store locally, or you can get it on Amazon or eBay, and I highly recommend it. Along with your brown rice, it's really amazing. Another one I really like, which I have right here, is sorghum. Sorghum is an underutilized grain, and I highly recommend it. It's a big pearl once you cook it up. It really works great for lots of salads and different things, and I highly recommend it. Full of protein and more antioxidants than blueberries and pomegranates. So, wow, amazing stuff. Used to be only used for animal feed, but now we know this is good for you, and lots of fiber too. And so really good for helping with diabetes, preventing cancer, red blood cell production, increasing helps our digestive tract to work in great ways, builds strong bones. Also, you can make syrups and molasses out of it, which is great. And also, it really works great for a breakfast cereal. I'm telling you, really great. And it also fills you up and makes you feel full for hours because it has lots and lots of fiber in it. So, and it makes a great gluten-free grain. It really does. So I highly recommend it. And you can make pizza with it. You can make cinnamon rolls with it, bread. It's just about anything with sorghum. And high in protein. And it grows all over the United States. I remember my dad, actually, we would cut some to give to the cows and that type of thing. Some of the farmers we'd give them tomatoes and different things. We would bring home sorghum to give to the cows. Also a great animal feed too. And there's a lot of different types. There are also some of the sorghums can actually be popped like popcorn too, so that's really great. Lots of B vitamins in sorghum. So if you need energy and you want to boost up your immunity, that's really great. 1 cup is 22 grams of protein, which is really, really, really great. Full of antioxidants, helps with diabetes. What more can you say about sorghum? I mean, I think it's one of the underutilized grains that people need to eat more. Also helps with anemia. Actually, 1 serving gets you about 60% of your daily needs of copper. And it really is a nutty flavor that most people have not tried, and I highly recommend that you try it, and because it is a gluten-free product and will help with osteoporosis, and it actually heals your GI tract also at the same time. So I highly recommend it in all these different ways. In some places, they actually make alcoholic beverages with it also. And it can be used for making biofuels and great for composting. I mean, the silage can be squashed up, chopped up, and used for composting. And it cooks a lot like brown rice, a little bit longer, but it's well worth the effort. And also, you can put it into a pressure cooker, and it cooks really fast, too. So you can find it on Amazon and eBay and at some health food stores, and really, you ought to get some sorghum. Another one I like is millet. I think I have a package here. No, I don't. I thought I had some millet, but I don't have any millet. But millet is another little grain, which is really great. It's gluten-free, prevents diabetes, helps with preventing gallbladder stones, great for digestion. It's one of my favorite grains, especially for breakfast, because it just, there's something about it. It reminds me of couscous, really. And great for mood, calming, prevents cancer, helps with asthma in general. If you want something to help with asthma, millet is one of those. And millet grows around the world, absolutely positively. It has a low glycemic index, lots of vitamins, lots of magnesium. It's antimicrobial. Also, it's anti-yeast, antifungal, and it boosts up your immune system. And also strong bones, can help make strong bones. Healthy for the liver and kidneys also. And we could actually heal the world of starvation if we would start planting more millet around the world. And I highly recommend millet. And also, there's amaranth and teff. Teff, T-E-F-F. Amaranth, A-M-A-R-A-N-T-H. These are tiny, tiny little grains. Most of it is grown in North Africa. It's really great. Cooks up really fast, both of these. And they're full of vitamin A and B vitamins, K and vitamin C. It's great. Both of them have lots of minerals, including manganese, which is great for strong bones. Potassium, which is good for heart contractions. Also iron for anemia, phosphorus for strong bones, copper for anemia, calcium for strong bones, of course, and a whole bunch of other things. Calcium works throughout the body. Phosphorus does also. And 30% more protein than most other grains. So really, these amaranth and teff are really great, high in protein. And it lowers your boosts up your immune system and lowers your blood pressure at the same time. So really, really great grains. I highly recommend them. Also, they level out and balance your blood sugar. Very digestible, and they taste great. So I recommend amaranth and teff in a great way. And they cook really quick. Some people even say they help with gray hair, but I'm just hoping for hair. And both of these are very low in calories, so really great and help you to lose weight. And another one is corn. Corn is this is a masarinas, which are corn flour, yellow corn flour, which we make our own tortillas with, organic, of course. And a lot of people say, oh, corn, corn syrup and high fructose corn, syrup, all this kind of stuff. Well, those are extracts from corn, not corn itself. Eat the whole corn. That's the important part. And corn grows all over the world, from Mexico to Africa to Brazil. You just name it, corn is grown everywhere. And I highly recommend it. Lots of antioxidants, helps to repair DNA damage. Whole civilizations, especially in the Mesoamerica and South America region, lived on corn, and the Native Americans in North America also. So really important, highly prized grain in a great way. It has a lot of short chain fatty acids, which are really important, preventing colon disease and cancer. It also has a lot of fiber for probiotics in the body, and we're finding out so much more about probiotics every single day, and helps to prevent diseases such as strokes and cancer and constipation, which leads to lots of terrible diseases also. Lots of good fats in it also. You know, all grains should be used in moderation. I recommend that in general. Also, 1 cup of our organic corn is about 5 grams of protein, so really great. And like I said, we make our own tortillas, really wonderful, and you get that protein also. Great for macular degeneration, which is important. You don't want to go blind, that's for sure. Great for lowering blood pressure. Also good. It has a lot of lowering capabilities for blood sugar as far as that goes, and helps to stabilize blood sugar, and really important for that. It also inhibits some viruses, and there's a lot of different types of corn around the world, white and yellow, blue, purple, just about everything. Mexico has lots and lots of different types of corn, and low in sugar, and corns are linked to long life. Did you know that? Really? And also they're relatively low in calories also, and a lot of people think it's fattening, but you know, that's because, you know, those are the extracts of corn, which are not good. And also corn, when you cook it, increases the antioxidants, which is very important. And also the darker the color of the corn, the more antioxidants it will have. And it's a cholesterol-free food. It's gluten-free also. And it has a whole bunch of vitamins and minerals, which are really great. Also, corn and beans, that's a really full-spectrum food, really great. Also a great energy source. And you can boil it and steam it and grind it and make flour from it and make polenta and all kinds of things. Make tamales and stews and soups and roast it, just about anything. Corn is great. Say no to processed corn. Say no to GMO corn. Not good. And it's a great addition to any plant-based diet. There's no doubt about it. And a lot of times we go out to one of our favorite vegan restaurants, which is Mexican also, and they have corn tortillas, and wow, they're good. Also, oatmeal. Oatmeal is basically a gluten-free product. It has only, you know, a small percentage of gluten. Only, I think it is 4 or 5% parts per million of gluten. You know, excuse me, 6 parts per million of gluten. So really hardly any gluten whatsoever. And also it lowers cholesterol and lowers trigs. Dr. Esselstyn even just put out a video about this being one of the most important grains out there. Boosts up your immune system. Lots of soluble fiber in it, which is great for cholesterol. One of the healthiest grains around. And we eat it here at home probably 4 out of 7 days a week for breakfast. So really great stuff. I highly recommend oatmeal. Grown in Africa, all kinds of different stuff, all over the world. I highly recommend it. Another grain is fonio. Fonio is a grain, when cooked up, kind of looks like farina. It really is great. Grown mostly in Ethiopia and that area of northern, Sahara countries, and really, really high in protein. It takes very little time to grow, only 6 weeks, and great for the skin and the nails, and helps with weight loss and also metabolism of fats. It's really full of great amino acids. You can make cereals with it, breads with it. People even make beer with it. It enhances our brain's ability and are great for the thyroid also. And fonio, F-O-N-I-O, that is. Low in sugars and helps with diabetes also. And helps with cardiovascular disease and B vitamins it's full of. I would highly recommend fonio. You're going to love the flavor of fonio. F-O-N-I-O, fonio. Another one I really love is Kaniwa, K-A-N-I-W-A. K-A-N-I-W-A. This is kind of like kiwa, but it's much darker and has a lot of lysine in it. Great for herpes people. And really a complete spectrum of proteins, which is really great. Plus more protein than kiwa, and more more spectrum of proteins than Kiwi, and more fiber, lots of iron, lots of calcium and vitamins and minerals, and more antioxidants than Kiwi. So really great, and it cooks up fast like Kiwi also. So if you want something that cooks fast and has even more antioxidants, more spectrum of wonderful proteins, try Kaniwa. Also, Job's tears, one of my favorite grains. Really, this has been used. It's called coax. I mean, I don't even know how you pronounce it. C-O-I-X, coax. Seeds, and super high in protein, 16% protein. And it's been used in Chinese medicine for healing all kinds of conditions. Great for healing the GI tract, I'm telling you. One of the best things. I recommend it for healing the GI tract in general. Also great for gastric ulcers, so you want to eat that if you have gastric ulcers. Lowers cholesterol, helps with inflammation in the body in general, and helps with cancer in general also. Really a wonderful grain. And also helps with allergies, and been used in Chinese medicine for thousands and thousands of years, very successfully. Remember, grains are one part of a complete and overall diet. I don't consider, some people, all they do is eat, one thing, and which is really not good. I remember one man, and he just, all I eat is potatoes. I was like, no wonder he was like 300 pounds, And not good. I got to eat a lot of vegetables and fruits and lots of different things to make a complete, complex, immune-building process, which actually feeds our gut bacteria in the right way also, with lots of fiber. If you eat just one type of thing, it's not good. We need to keep everything in moderation and have a plethora of lots of different things to eat. There's over 20,000 different fruits and vegetables out there, and most people only eat about 6 of them. Really. Expand your horizons and try different things, and add some grains in moderation, and they will do your body good. So if you want to get a hold of me, you want to do a consultation, I ask for a $50 donation. And let's get rid of your chronic diseases. Reverse a lot of diabetes, help a lot of people with MS, help a lot of people with lupus, help a lot of people with sickle cell anemia, reversing and having those go back into remission, all kinds of different things. So feel free to get a hold of me. My phone number is at the end of the video, or you can click on show more down below. Also, remember my new book, Live a Cancer-Free Life. Live a Cancer-Free Life. If you Google that, it'll come up, and you can get it on Amazon, and you can also download it as a Kindle version. 3 out of 5 people are coming down with cancer now. Not good, really not good. And it's moving towards 4 out of 5 people now. It's really expanding. I know a few people right now have cancer, and you don't need to come down with cancer, that's for sure. There's a lot we can do to prevent cancer. It's much easier to prevent cancer than it is to, I'm telling you, to get rid of it. And after a while, it's a very difficult thing. But it can be done. There's no doubt about that too. Actually, I've had 2 people come to me who read my book, and actually their cancer went into remission. I was like flabbergasted. It was like, wow. So you might want to read my book. It's a quick read. It's not that big a book. And also you'll be pleasantly surprised about all the things that's in there, and how you can keep your body from coming down with cancer and live a really wonderful life. So if you want to get a hold of me, my phone number is 831-869-9119, 831-869-9119. And I want you to remember, eat slowly. We're not going to a fire. People are eating too fast these days, way too fast. Just take some time. Pretend that you're in Rome and you're sitting in a cafe, and take your time there, or maybe in Madrid, and take your time there. Relax, be at peace, and allow yourself to enjoy a wonderful meal. Remember God, and remember, I love you.